I'm going to show you how, if you have a house right now that you flip that's not selling, how you can use batch leads to determine what extra strategy you should do. Guys, I have 2 flips right now that are not selling. I'm not going to flex and be like, yeah, I can sell everything and anything. Right now, Utah's market, unfortunately, prices were super high. Now people aren't buying because the price ranges are still high, but the interest rates are like 6, 7, 8%. So a lot of people aren't buying as much. So I'm going to show you how to break down what the heck you should do if you have a house that you're making hard money payments on, how to use batch to determine what the heck you should do. All right. What is going on with my flips? Okay, guys. So I will tell you right now that I have never been in a situation like this. I've been doing real estate for about 5 years, and the market ever since I've gone in here has either been consistent or has gone up. Okay. So like 4 months ago, I bought 2 homes. Okay. Actually, I had 3 flips going. They just got finished getting done flipped like maybe a month or 2 ago, and they're not selling. Okay. And I'm not prideful enough to say like, oh yeah, I can sell everything, anything. Like, stuff happens.
Yikes.
So what the heck do you do when stuff happens? What are you going to do about it? So I had to run math for the first time to find out what my exit strategies are on this house that's not selling. Because right now I have a hard money loan on one property. I borrowed about $366,000. The ARV was $500,000 at the time, and we put in about 40. So we were looking at making about maybe 50 to 70K on a flip at the current market. Right now the house is not selling, and we have lowered it to 459. So if we did sell it currently at 459, we'd make a profit of like 20, 30K. But it's not selling. And if we keep dropping it, it's might sell. Who knows? It's kind of a weird time. So we have a hard money loan on it. And right now, what we're doing on the hard money loan is we're paying $3,000 of interest a month. I have to look at this and I got to say, what do I do? Okay, the house is not selling. I can drop the price, probably break even, but what's the best strategy? There's 3 things, maybe even 4 things you can do. Option 1, I'm going to write this out on my board. And I think this is extremely helpful to you guys because I'm going to show you how I'm going to use batch to determine my best option. Okay. So I'm going to write this out. So I'm going to show you guys on this board, what are the options here? Option 1, sell and lower price. Okay. So right now I have the house that I currently have. It's at 459. Okay. That's what I have it listed for. So right now at 459, my break even at the moment with realtor commissions and fees and all that stuff is like, let's just say it's 449 is the break even. Cause I don't want to get too deep in the math, but we owe the 366 to the hard money lender. We put in about 54K into fees, into repairing it. Then we have the price, we have closing costs and commissions if we sell it. So let's just say 449. So at the moment, there's about a 10K profit if we were to sell it at the current price we have it at. Okay. So I could lower it, right? And hope someone buys it. Okay. That's an option. So that's option 1. Something else you guys need to know is if I have a hard money loan on this, which I do, the hard money loan cost is $3,000 a month. That's hard money. How long can I last doing this on the hard money loan before I start losing money? I have about 3 to 4 months of hard money interest before I don't make a profit and I start losing money. So this option right here, it's a 3-month option before I start losing money. So now we're going to option 2. So this is option 2, everybody. Rent it out. So what that means is don't refinance out of it. Don't do a rate and term refinance. Don't do a cash out refinance. Just rent it out currently. Let's see if batch can help me find out how much this puppy can rent for. Okay, so here is the property. So here it is. Okay. And by the way, it's ugly. It's an ugly house, just the shape and everything, whatever. All right, let's see what batch has got for us. So I wanted to use batch to tell me what the rent was, but it's not coming back on that. Hey, look, that's my company, everybody. Cool. Batch does a good job at pulling the right info. So let's take this and let's find out what Zillow says these properties in this area are selling for. We just dropped it. It's been on the market for 48 days. So Zillow says the estimated payment is 4,837. I don't know if I believe that. So all you have to do in Zillow is go to for rent and let's see what rents are going for in this area by my property. All right, let's just look around here. 2006. Okay, this one is smaller than mine, 2,600. This is, okay, so that's kind of good news. It's not rented, but it's saying 2,600. Mine's got an extra bedroom and bigger, 2,800. This is cute. Mine looks like that, but this was much bigger. So I'm kind of getting the vibe that mine's going to go anywhere between 24 and 28. So now we've looked, guys, at what what the rents are in that area. So the rents in this area, that's what Zillow says. Zillow said it is potentially 2,837. We're seeing for houses that are that size, we're seeing 2,400 to 2,600 on rent. So what this means, guys, is if my hard money cost, if it's $3,000 a month and I rent it out, let's just make it easy math, 2,500, and that's what I rent it for, then I am losing $500 a month. So instead of losing 3,000 a month on selling it and lowering the price, I'm losing 500 because I can rent it out and pay my hard money lender, and 500 into 10K, I can survive for 20 months. My hard money lender will probably say, hey, Nate, I need my money because I've already had this for 6 months. So he's probably going to say he needs his money in 6 more months because he only does a year. But I have 20 months technically that maybe I could go to another hard money lender and pay him interest on it and just lose $500 a month. We've already gone off lowering the price, renting it. What's the next option? Seller finance. Okay. Let's say 459 again is what I need to be at to like break even, because there's actually, when you do a seller finance, when you do a refinance, you have to pay fees. So it's going to cost me like 10K just to get the money out of the hard money loan. I got to get it into a traditional loan, a normal like fake financing loan. I'm going to be in it at 459. Okay. And if you guys are finding it hard to follow, watch this again. Okay, so 459 is what I'm in it at if I do seller finance and I get a new mortgage on it, okay? So at 459, they told me, the lender said, because this is not a personal residence, it's going to be 8% interest rate, okay? That's what your interest rate is going to be. So we ran the math on what he's willing to lend me. It's going to be about 2,500 just for the payment. That's the mortgage payment. Then it's going to be about $300 on taxes and insurance. So we're talking about 2,800 just to refinance out of it. My payment's going to be this much. If I sold this to someone on terms, what would their monthly payment be if they brought 50 down, 8%? So this one's pretty easy. I don't know if you guys have done this before, but you just go to a mortgage calculator online. You would say, so if I sold this house to someone for 479, 8% at 30 years, but remember they're going to bring some money down. So actually it's going to be 429 because they're giving me 50K down. This should be with taxes and insurance according to this. So 3,148 is what the monthly payment that they would be giving. They would be paying me monthly payment on a seller finance offer. I would refinance out, rate and term refinance. They'd pay the hard money lender off, and then now I'm paying what I owe. Paid the hard money lender, I pay to them, the bank. 2,800 is my payment, and then I can sell it to someone and hopefully get 50K down, 8% interest to them, charge them about 479. Then I'm making enough to cover the payment I have to make to the bank every month, and I've gotten some money down. So number 4, it's a lease option. Okay, so what is a lease option? You're leasing someone, you're renting the house out and giving them the opportunity or the option to purchase it in a year or two. Okay, they do not have ownership, they're tenants. Okay, they do not own it until they exercise their option to purchase it in a couple of years. If I do a lease option, we already know that the rents are about $2,500 a month on monthly rents. And right now, my payment, if I refinance out of this, is $2,800 with taxes and insurance. Okay, so I'm at a loss of $300 a month. But again, I can last that $300 a month. I could probably do that for like 20, 25 months before I've lost money. Now, I was talking to Jared, one of my mentors, and this is what he said to do on a lease option to get more money. This is genius, by the way. He's saying, look, rent's going to be $2,500, but if you're open to putting an extra $500, I'll take $1,000 of what you're paying every month and I'll apply it to the purchase price of when you exercise your option to purchase the home. If you put the purchase price of the home, let's say originally you're looking to get $450 for it or $459, that's originally what you wanted. And you would say, hey, I'm going to give you the option. I'm going to give you 2 years. So all you would do, he said, is inflate the price by how much money you're giving them the discount of. So $1,000 times 2 years, so that's $24,000 that they're technically they feel like it's applying towards the purchase price. So you would just add the 24 that they're saving, you would add it to the purchase price that you originally wanted to get. So you can say, hey, look, you can just rent it, or if you want the option to purchase it in 2 years after renting it, $500 more. So your payment's $3,000. We're going to apply $1,000 of that to the purchase price of the home over the next 2 years until you exercise your option, and you're just going to have to pay out $259 because the purchase price that you're buying it for is $283. Okay, so that's another option to do. So if you are in a bind right now, you have a house that's not selling, you have 4 options. Lower the price, take a loss now, rent it out currently, and have it cover the hard money loan payment or close to it and take a loss slowly. Do a seller finance deal, refinance out of it, sell it to someone for a higher interest rate than you have, higher payment, and get some money down. 4, lease option and tell them, they can pay a little bit more, and you'll apply some of the money, that extra money that they're paying higher on the rent, towards the purchase price and inflate the purchase price. Okay. Woo! Wow. Hey guys, I feel good too, because this is something I've been thinking about. I don't want to be in a position like this. I'm not prideful or too prideful to say like, hey, this is what happens. This happens sometimes. I mean, you win big, you lose sometimes. Okay. It's not a perfect science. I mean, if the market just kept going up and up and up, never to change, never go down, then everybody and their mom and everybody else would be investing. But that's what makes doing this so awesome, is because there's wins, there's losses, but what do? You got to pivot.